Attention passengers! The 8:15 train to Turning Point Station is cancelled. We apologize for the inconvenience. Please listen for further updates. Thank you for your patience.
The train station was alive with people rushing in all directions, the loudspeakers crackling with announcements. I stood near the platform, waiting with my students, who were all trying to shield themselves from the cold wind that blew through the open space. All right, listen up. Today's lesson is about this card right here. I pulled out the Wheel of Fortune card and held it up. You know what this is about?
Luck, right?
Not quite. It's about how life changes in ways we can't predict, like this station, for example. I pointed to the departure board, flashing delays and cancellations. No one knows when their train's really coming, do they? The students laughed, nodding in agreement. Let me tell you about a man named Finn. Finn was one of those guys who thought he could control everything. He worked at a fancy job in the city, always caught the 8:15 train, and was convinced he had his life perfectly planned. But one day, things didn't go according to plan. The 8:15 train cancelled. The next train delayed indefinitely.
Just like today.
Exactly. Finn was furious. He stormed up and down the platform, demanding answers. But of course there were none. Just like life sometimes, you can't get the answers you want. And then something unexpected happened. A scruffy old man with a suitcase covered in stickers came up to Finn and said,
"Looks like you're not going anywhere fast, are you?"
The students chuckled.
What did Finn say?
Oh, Finn snapped. He yelled,
I have places to be, important things to do.
and the old man just laughed and said,
"Kid, you're on the wheel. You might be on top 1 minute, but before you know it, you'll be on the bottom."
Finn rolled his eyes and walked away, thinking the guy was crazy. But as he stood there, waiting and waiting, something caught his eye. The students leaned in, curious.
What was it?
A student finally asked. A wallet, I said with a grin, stuffed with cash, just lying there on the ground. Finn couldn't believe it. He picked it up, opened it, and there was no ID, just money. A lot of it.
Wow! What did he do?
Well, Finn thought, I've hit the jackpot. He tucked the wallet into his coat and felt like the universe was finally giving him something good. He started grinning, imagining all the ways he'd spend that money. Just then, an announcement came over the loudspeakers.
Attention passengers! Train to Turning Point Station, Platform 3, arriving now!
Lucky break!
That's what Finn thought too. So he hopped onto the train, feeling like he'd just won the lottery. But as the train started moving, guess who sat down right next to him? The students exchanged glances.
The old man?
Bingo! The same old man with that suitcase covered in stickers. And you know what he said to Finn?
"Funny how the wheel turns, isn't it?"
Finn just stared at him, not sure what to say. And then, get this. The old man pulled out a photograph from his pocket. It was a picture of himself, standing with a big smile, holding that same wallet.
No way!
A student shouted. Oh yes! Turns out the old man was testing Finn. He looked him in the eye and said,
"You thought you'd just take it, didn't you? Thought your luck had changed."
Finn felt his face go red. He tried to give the wallet back, mumbling apologies, but the old man just laughed.
"Keep it. You clearly need it more than I do."
The students sat there stunned.
Did he take it?
One of them asked, almost afraid of the answer. Well, Finn took the wallet, feeling a mix of shame and relief. He thought he was getting away with something, but as soon as he stepped off the train at the next station, 2 police officers were waiting for him.
What? Why?
The old man had reported the wallet stolen, of course. You see, it was all a setup. Finn ended up spending the night in jail, and that's when he realized something. He'd been chasing the idea of luck, thinking he could control the wheel, but the wheel was controlling him all along. The students sat in silence, the sound of another train rushing past them filling the air. Here's the thing. We all think we're in charge, that we can force life to go our way. But life is unpredictable, just like this station. You'll have moments where you're on top, finding wallets full of cash, and moments where you're at the bottom, explaining to the police how you ended up there.
So what happened to Finn?
He changed. He stopped trying to control everything and started going with the flow. He learned to laugh when things went wrong and celebrate when they went right. And you know what? The next time he saw that old man, because yes, he saw him again. The old man gave him a wink and said,
Now you're starting to get it.
The students let out a collective sigh, and I grinned. Life will spin you around. It'll take you up, bring you down, and sometimes throw you off balance. But the real question is, when the wheel turns again, will you be ready to enjoy the ride? You can't stop the wheel from turning, but you can choose how you react to each spin. And who knows, maybe the next train that comes along will be even better than the one you thought you needed. The loudspeaker buzzed, announcing another delayed train, but no one moved. They were too busy thinking about their own wheels, wondering how they'd handle the next unexpected turn.